Hello there. Today is a big day in England. Of course, it must be a soccer match. Most of the times, the English football has attracted millions across the world. However, after the virus disease, here comes the day when the play will restart. Who should start it? Manchester City. It should have been Liverpool as well. That would have been a wonderful match. But this is equally as wonderful. Manchester City is at home to Arsenal. It's going to be a difficult task. When you look at the standings, you'd realize that Manchester City is in second position, but by about 25 points. That's a lot of points. So therefore, they will have to work very hard. Arsenal has been doing well. They've been battling in. They're trying to get into the top four. That's important for them as well. Now, with the absence of so many training sessions, there'll be a number of difficult things that these players will have to forego, simply because of the fact that without match practice, sometimes the level of performances drop to a certain extent. Let's take Manchester City, for instance. Everyone may want to have an excellent team on the field. Manchester City possesses some of the most beautiful players in the game. But with a ground that is probably soft because there was a lot of rain yesterday, and the time that some of these players do not have the experience of playing on these grounds, then it's going to be a complicated situation for both these teams to play. Strategy, I think they'd both deal with it because they're friends. Manchester City, Guardiola, he was really toying through the Arteta's young life as a coach. So therefore, they're friends. Arteta may want to say, I know a lot about what Pepe could do. He probably can. But you know what? It's not all that easy. Let's take a look at the teams. At this point in time, neither team is known. But what I can tell you is that Ederson will probably be the goalkeeper. What do I have to say about him? He's a great goalkeeper. But I'm not with the confidence that he plays the ball in and around his penalty area far too much when he's in possession. They have conceded some goals in the early matches because of this, and I hope that he will be disallowed from doing that. As a matter of fact, if Stones is in the team, it's even worse because he does not have the foot use. He doesn't have the passing skill. He doesn't have the timing for this. I'm very confident in Walker at right wing back. I'm confident in Mendy at left wing back. In the middle of the field, it's the problem. It has been the problem for a while. Otamendi has not been doing all that well, but he's going to have to work his way today if he gets into the team. In my opinion, it would have been difficult for him simply because Laporta is back and he's probably going to facilitate that part of the field, especially if they're going to use Fernandinho. But let's forget the defense. I think that they are capable of much. Although, as I said before, they've lost the ball far too easily in their own penalty area. When it's their ball, they can kick it 70 meters up. They can do anything with it. And the choices for failure have been far too much so far. Let's take a look at the midfield. We have Bernardo Silva, we have David Silva, and of course we've got De Bruyne. These are three top-class players. What is the difference between these players and other midfielders in other teams? They are game changers. They can adjust and change the pattern of a game if they get pressure. When they have to hold possession in the middle of the field, they're wonderful. So therefore, that is the strongest area on the field for Manchester City. And then you look forward, and what do you see? Kun Aguero. What do you see again? Sterling. And what do you see again? Leroy Sané. Are you going to get away with this little man? He has not been playing for a while. He's 20-odd years old. And he is just a wonderful player, quick-footed, very smart and artistic with his feet. He is going to make them run. He's going to make them play. If the ball is playing a little bit longer into the opponent's half of the field, Arsenal will have a very difficult time. It's not going to be easy. Arsenal, on the other hand, has indicated that they may play 5 forwards. That's interesting, simply because of the fact that 5 forwards, I want to know where you're going to get the extra man to play in midfield to win the ball to you from Manchester City. When you have Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Pepe in front, Ozil right behind them, that's 4. And then you've got Aka, who is right deep in waiting for that shot out of the penalty area. well, they may score goals because they're really going into attack. As a matter of fact, I like Lacazette and Aubameyang. They're two beautiful players. They're good runners off the ball. They take the short diagonal angles in and around effectively, and most times they get there early and get a goal. Let's see if it's going to work here, because as I said, there's a certain degree of vulnerability to the Manchester City central defenders. I have confidence in Fernandinho, but he's a Brazilian. He's not accustomed to the soft grounds, but he's very experienced, and he's probably the best passer on the field, bar De Bruyne. So it is going to be an interesting match. When you look at Arsenal, the tendency to make mistakes is what have them down in where they are now. They've made some silly mistakes and they paid for it. But they've scored some wonderful goals. They're going to play well. And at the same time, they would have had enough time to discuss and study Manchester City in whatever way they can, because you had 2 or 3 months off. And more importantly, Arteta based that he learned a lot from Pep Guardiola. He probably did. And a lot of people, the Arsenal fans, are saying, well, he knows exactly. It doesn't work like that, my friend. This is a different bunch of players. What Arteta is working with. Do they have the quality of the Manchester City team? I am not quite sure about that. So anything he learns, he's learning what the top teams can do. The Barcelonas, the Bayern Munichs, and now the Manchester City. So it's going to be a challenge for him, but I'm happy that he feels proud to know that he learned a lot of the game from Pep Guardiola. He is the most wonderful football coach on the field today. It's going to be a fantastic game because of the fact that there was so much of a layoff with the activity, the competitive activity. It could go anyhow. But I think the experience and the home game for Manchester City may give them the edge. But I'll sit and enjoy it, because I also understand the problems of Arsenal when they have to deal with it in a short space of time, and when they got to go away from home on a ground that was reported yesterday to be a little bit soggy. So we'll have to wait and see. But it is a good start to the EPL again. Manchester City versus Arsenal. You don't want to get a game better than that. We hope you enjoy yourselves.